All right, are we finally live?
Hopefully.
Oh my goodness.
Hello, everyone. Hopefully you
Hopefully.
can see us.
Man, what a last like 30 minutes. Oh,
Hopefully the
I'm not
computer's working right. I
gonna
don't
look
know.
at that no more. It looks like people are joining. Hopefully. Welcome in. Hopefully you can hear us. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Not seeing a comment yet. There we go. Okay.
There we go. Hey, Going Green Mom. Hey, Katie. Hey, She's Gone Country. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Marla. Hey, Valerie. Hey, Deb. Hey, Mary. Hey, Monica. Hey, Roberta. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Susan. Hey, Veronica. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Mari's Vegetable Garden. Hope everyone is doing well tonight. We have been busy.
I feel like it has been forever since we've been right here.
It does feel that way. We usually are somewhere else doing that.
Hey,
Ellen. Hey, Keep It Simple, Susan. Hey, Angel. Hey, Chelsea. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Tammy.
Hey, Mom.
I know I don't know how we got to be late. Well, we came in and the computer just was not doing what it was supposed to do.
Yeah, y'all know how much we dislike that.
Yeah.
And it just,
hey, Sammy.
YouTube was being weird. It wasn't doing what it normally does.
It was weird. I don't know. It might have updated or something.
Yeah.
So we haven't been on the computer live for a while.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, I think we were before before the last one.
Hey, Mayberry Homestead. Hey, Jeanette. How is the house hunt, or how is the hunt for the new homestead going?
We will get into that.
Welcome, Mama
here in just a second. It's going well.
Welcome to the Stab Tribe. Hey, Susie. Hey, Aunt Patty. Hey, Living Miracle Homestead. Hey, Brandon. Hey, Naturally NC. Yeah, we've got some a little bit of updating to do on that, but all good things.
Yeah.
Hey, Diane. Hey, Copper Kettle Farms. Yeah, we missed being live last week. It was weird not being live.
But it was an important day. A lot of good things happened.
Yeah.
By not being live as much as we missed you all.
Hey, Jessica Lau. Welcome. Hey, Nadina from New Mexico. Mama's, you never know.
Yeah, YouTube does all kinds of weird things.
Yeah. Hey, Wendy. Hope you're doing well tonight. Grammy Karen, yeah, it was weird. I don't know what happened, but here we are.
What's up, Nathan?
Hey, Just Deborah. Hey, Jody from Primitive Homestead. Hey, Nathan. Or did I say that?
Yeah. Faith Family Homestead, their first live. Welcome. Glad you're on.
Goodness gracious. Hey,
yeah,
Sheila.
So it has been a nuts day, nuts week. It's just been absolutely crazy. Things going a mile a minute. And then her and I look at each other like, ooh, we are tired.
Yeah. It feels like every day our minds can't catch up to our body.
Yeah.
Because our body is like going 1,000 miles a minute.
Right.
And your mind's like not totally there with you. So you find yourself just like staring off in space. Like, what was I supposed to be doing?
Yeah. And we're usually like really good at being overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And, controlling
and time management. We're really good at time management. But
right now it's just like, oh me. Let's deep breath. What's the list? What's the list for the day?
Things will be started at once.
Yeah.
Or you're trying to start so many things at once and you just get so overwhelmed and you're like, what's the priority here?
Right. But we're getting adjusted and we're figuring it out and everything's good. First off, Jen got everything on the Etsy yesterday, which it's amazing that we were able to accomplish that part. So there is still plenty of stuff out there if you all are interested. We will be shipping everything out tomorrow.
Yep.
That has already been ordered.
Yeah.
So I guess if you want to ship tomorrow, today is the time to order. Because we usually try to at least get like a second to breathe because we have to do other stuff too.
Hey, Permanent Homestead.
That actually did bring up a good thing that some people asked. I'm like, why not like space out your Etsy, like putting things out in there? Why do it one time? Because it really works with our schedule to like hit it all at once, ship it all at once, and then that gives us time to do the other stuff because it's not our only job, as you know.
Hey, Lou.
But yeah.
Where were we going? Oh yeah. So another like thing that's been added to every day is, well, Wyatt was already in school, but Raylan started school. So hers is more hands-on. I have to be there and help her and make sure she's got the papers and the books and everything she needs, and she can't quite work the streaming thing yet, so I have to be there and help. But man, it feels like once homeschool starts, like the day is just hitting the ground running.
Yeah, very much so. And then I'm actually working, then we're maintaining.
Yeah.
So we're all just adjusting to things.
Adjustments are being made. But we're fine. It's drowning, but we're fine.
Everything's fine. Lenore, we're excited too. Thank you for tagging along. It's going to be a really fun journey. We're excited. We want to make sure to give as many details as possible without getting like incredibly too private about the process. It's going to be a lot of fun to take you all with us.
Kelly said we just processed 3 turkeys. What a wrestling match. I know how that feels.
Yes, it is, Kelly. Yep. Yes, it is.
Hey, North Star.
It's one of those that, you know,
hey,
you
Alan.
can hear it from others, but you truly don't understand it till you do it.
Yep. Yeah, it's a hands-on experience, that's for sure. Full body. Hey, Patty. How are you doing?
What's up, Mark?
Veronica, you got your Rebecca boxes today. That's so much fun.
That's
the
exciting.
delivery is so exciting when you open everything.
And Jen and I really love school supplies.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think it's like, I don't know how many other people are like that, but like, we really love them. I love pins.
I get so excited
I know.
about school supplies.
And so, like, when the Becca box comes, you're like, ooh.
So fun.
What's up, Stephanie?
Derringer, you were asking someone where they got the Comfrey Balm. It's Comfrey Salve. It's in our Etsy store.
Yeah. And it's good for achy joints, arthritis, different stuff like that. It does not heal anything.
It helps.
It helps.
Hey, JCB Farm and Garden.
Michelle will be moving with y'all. We will let him officially announce that, but I believe we have gotten him to our side.
I think we've won him over.
I think we have.
With the help of you all.
Yep.
Thank you. Goodness and everybody, we miss you too. When we put up a video? It's been a few days.
It was last Thursday.
Yeah.
And that's when we were talking about
something.
Well, we hadn't.
It's been a while.
We hadn't. So we're trying to figure out because we did a video today.
Yeah.
That's going to be out
juggling
tomorrow.
The two and like trying to keep up with what you last said and
yeah. So for you all, we are going to share some details because we feel like if you're on our live, you deserve it.
Yeah.
However, that still means you better watch the video tomorrow, and also don't tell everybody that is not on here, so they'll watch it. But yeah, so let's just start from there from what we did.
Wanda with the Fuquay Aldi and then Bojangles.
Oh my goodness! You lived our Sunday at Fuquay Verena, North Carolina. You sure did. Wow. Okay, so before we get into that, we should probably tell a story.
Should we?
Start with Charlie.
Yeah, I was not there for that one, so
you might have done. But then that one's not as funny as the new pooper story because we got another one, y'all. And so many people have asked, that son of a gun is staying in this house.
Yeah, we're not taking it with us.
It is not coming with us.
That stays here for the next so.
Yeah, and I hope they burn it down. And if they want, I'll throw it away.
We'll just get rid of it.
Throw $2,000 in a trash can. I do not care. Don't care. That's just little.
We hate that thing.
Build you up for that story.
Hate it.
All right. So Charlie. So it's been a while now. I talked about it in the last videos and at the beginning, and then
should probably tell people who Charlie is.
Okay, yeah. If you don't know, so Charlie is our male goat.
I think you're talking about a kid or something.
He was actually. Yeah, he's a goat. He's our bud. He was the first goat. Him and his wasn't his sister, but they look like, so I always call him that. But him and Elsa were our first 2 goats we ever had. We got them from Wild and Wonderful West Virginia.
Yeah,
and they stayed true to that name from 2 Wild Onions. We love them. They were bottle babies. They're our goats. I mean, like we have a different level of connection with them being our first goats. So if you've seen any of our older videos, Charlie and I don't get along the best when we enter the pen together.
Yeah.
Other than that, he likes to suck on my finger. He thinks it's a bottle. We pet. We love each other, and everything's fine as long as we have an electrical fence in between us. If I have to get in there,
he just likes to play.
Yeah, well, it turns to WWE. He's playing. I'm trying to just not
survive.
And I know I'm going to see some comments. Y'all, I've tried everything. I've pulled his beard. Me and him have wrestled to the ground.
But he's not being
I've laid on
it's
him.
just who he is.
Right. And he wants to headbutt.
Yeah.
And he really likes headbutt.
He doesn't want to hurt Zach. He loves Zach.
Yeah, man, you're not mean. Yeah, minute. I've done all the tricks that everyone has suggested. Nothing changes. Okay, fast forward. I wake up one morning to go out there to do the morning chores, and like whenever I start the feeding, Charlie's the first one there. He's loudest. You hear him. He is ready to eat. And I noticed he was standing by the tree that's in their pen, and the other three were up at the fence, like they always are. And I'm like, that's weird. And he was kind of giving this week, like, like, what is that, Charlie? What, did you have a bad night? Not sleep well? So I feed the chickens, I feed the pigs, and I go over to feed the boy goats. I put the feed in, and he's not coming over. And I'm like, okay, something's weird. And I'm noticing he's kind of got his head up like this. I'm like, he's stuck. I'm like, but what's he stuck on? His horns weren't hooked onto anything. And I was calling him antlers. He didn't look stuck. And I just kind of stood there like this while the other two were eating, and he wasn't even really mad, like that they were eating without him. I was like, what is going on with this goat? And I said, Charlie, if you're stuck, you can get free, and I know it. Like, I know you can get free, so get free. I was like, is he sick? Like, what is wrong? What is wrong? So I actually waited. I walked down, and I fed the girls, and I was like, he'll be eating by the time we get back up here. So I fed the girls, and I come back up, and like they've almost ate all the food, and he hasn't left the spot. And I'm like, all right, something's wrong. I got to get in there. I got to figure out what is wrong with him. So I looked him straight in the eyes. I said, Charlie, don't you be tricking me. I said, it is too early. There's been too much going on, and I ain't got time for this. I said, if you can get free, you get free now, right now. This is the joke's over.
Or eat.
Yeah, or eat. And he just, okay. So we actually have to tie their gate shut because like he goes nuts and his horns hook the wire and he knocks it down. So I had to cut the wire and I get in there. They're all eating. He doesn't run at me. I'm like, okay, something is wrong because he's not coming at me. I get over there. This idiot got his beard, his nice, disgusting pea sprayed beard. It got caught on one of the thorns in the tree. But when it did that, the only thing I can assume because of what I saw was he kept spinning around the branch because his beard was wrapped like this all the way down this branch. And, there's not one thorn, so there's several of them. So every time he did that, it kept getting tighter and tighter, and he was just stuck. So goodness gracious knows how long he'd been sitting there. Yeah. I mean, he was fine the night before, but if he did it in the middle of the night, it's been a while. So he's being pretty cool. I mean, I've got the horn hooked around my back because I have to. I'm kind of holding him, but I've got to work on getting this. So I couldn't break the branch. It's a live tree. It wouldn't just break. And even if I did, I'm like, he's going to have this branch stuck in his, his beard. So I start like unwinding a little bit. And to make because this is already going too long, to make it short, I was almost done. And it took me a good minute to get, and my hands are sticky, just the beard, right? So he's looking at me, and he tries to suck on my finger. And I'm like, do we really feel like this is the time to do that? Like, can we just get you free? I finally got it loose, which took me a long time. And we were right there, and there was that last thorn, and I knew that he didn't know that he could get out just yet. And I looked at him. I said, Charlie, you're about to be free, and remember, I just saved your life. And he just starts sucking on my finger again. So I let him loose. I'm like, we good? Whoa, boom, right in my side. I'm like, good, Charlie. So
he said thanks.
I mean, immediately tried to immediately headbutt me. I just grabbed his horns. I was like, all right, it looks like this is, you don't care. Next time you can just sit there. So I like walk out as I can, holding him with one arm, opening the gate, electrical fence, didn't turn it off, didn't think about that. Shocked myself getting out, but I got out of there. I was like, Charlie. And then the whole time I'm out there, all he did is complaining at me. Yeah.
Because everybody ate breakfast.
Yeah. And so
he likes to be first to breakfast. He doesn't like to be last to breakfast.
Yeah. And then as much as I was upset with him, I gave him more feed.
Yeah. Because him's a sweet boy.
He is.
And we love Charlie. It was a love tap. It was like a little hug. Like, thanks, Dad.
I call it
He
differently than
doesn't
that.
know how strong he is.
He needs to learn.
Oh, I love Charlie.
Oh my goodness.
I think he's my favorite goat that we have. I love him. He's just so fun. He has so much
I'll tell you the one
personality.
thing. He's not as stubborn as everyone. He just shows it. Like,
Right.
I mean, he is who he
He's
is.
just real about it.
And
you
he
know?
owns it.
Yeah.
All the other ones are conniving.
Yeah. Very conniving.
Yeah.
Very mischievous. Charlie is not. He's just who he is.
Sharon, yeah, he's going with us.
Yeah, absolutely he is.
He hasn't even got the breed yet. We can't get rid of him before
Right.
he even gets the breed with his ladies
Yeah.
that he's been staring at for a year.
Wanda said, has anyone harvested Tigger melons? We have not yet.
Ours are getting close.
They're very close.
Yeah.
They're not far. Hopefully very soon because they
Yeah.
look really good. Fist bump goat Sal. Yeah.
Yeah, it sure was. He's smart too with
Hey,
his horns.
Shushin.
He knows how to hook you and then drive it up. So you really got to watch him. He can puncture a backside of a
His
thigh.
little hook move.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
He's a good boy.
Meanwhile, the other three
Hey,
just
Donna.
staring at me like, "Ooh, what is going on over there?"
Yeah. Can't help you, Dad. Let's go back up and see.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you have
Yes.
questions. If you have any about the move, about anything that we got going on here, please feel free to ask. We will answer as many as we can see.
Chandra said, I think he knows you're the alpha and is wanting to show you love and respect by treating you like his goat. That sounds right to me.
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh my gosh. Benedette said, hey guys, Jen, your salves are amazing. So have I got it in time to get some? Yay, I'm so
Yeah,
glad you
that's
love
awesome.
them. All right, let me scroll back down so we don't get lost here.
Right.
Yeah, we would not know what to do without him. He's such a personality here. Oh goodness. It was he
No,
told
there's
me
two
the story.
ideas. Yeah.
Yeah. He told me the story and I was like, so why didn't he just pull himself free? Like he's very strong.
I know. He was just hanging out there, but it was like really, really wrapped up. It was all the way up to his chin.
Yeah.
Oh, that was one thing too. He never bled or anything. It was just his beard. And then when I finally got out, I saw blood all over his horn. And I was like, oh, dang, when did you start bleeding? Like, it was when I was kind of like, calm down. I looked at my thumb. I'm the one bleeding. And when I was holding him, I got blood all over his horns. I'm like, oh, I'm glad it worked out for you.
Sue said, is your whole family moving with you?
Yeah, so that had been a lot of questions. So my mom, Carol, who is on here, she is not going all the way to wherever we're going. We'll still be close, but it is time for my mom to live her dream and do what she wants. So we'll still be in the same vicinity and very close, but she's looking for something separate. Her family is going to be going down with us.
My mom and stepdad and possibly, well, I don't want to speak for her, so I won't say that. Never mind.
Right. Well, her family.
We don't like speaking for people. It's really hard.
Yeah. So her family is coming down with us. Well, I'm pretty sure it's everyone, but you never know. We don't want to hold anybody to a fire or anything like that. But yeah, they're coming down to Tennessee. They've always wanted to live there as well. But we're all going to be close. It's never too far to where we are. But it's okay. It's a very good vibe going on right now between all of the family, and it is what is best for everyone.
Yeah. SP or ESP Gaming said, are you staying in the same state? No, we are going to Tennessee.
Yeah. So we're in Kentucky right now, looking at
Hey,
Tennessee.
Stringfield, how are you
And
guys?
we have found a lot of properties.
Lots.
So we'll be planning on going down there at some point in the near future to look at some. We have been working with realtors, and the biggest news out of everything, and I promise y'all, if you all hear this and you don't watch the video tomorrow, I'm going to be real upset. But we like to let you all hear this stuff first again, because like I said, if you join our live, you care enough to do that. So let's talk about what you're going to see on tomorrow's video a little bit. You want to tell them?
Yeah. I'm not sure what we're telling. So you tell him? What part? I don't know.
The most impossible thing that we never thought would ever be possible.
Yeah. We got approved for a loan.
We did.
So, yeah, we told you all we did not think that would ever happen. But it did.
Yeah.
And it was quicker
it-
than we would assume it would be.
I know. We've been working on our credit. I'm not saying we're in like the greatest state,
Right.
but we finally hit that we can work with you
Yeah.
threshold. You know what I mean? but we got approved for a conventional loan.
Yeah.
I don't want to get
not a first time.
right, which would have been fine either way, but it's still just even shocked us even more that it was conventional. And the biggest thing was it wasn't an outrageous down payment.
Right.
We were expecting 20, 30%, and we got granted with 10%.
Yeah.
Still a lot of money, but not near as crazy as we thought it could have been.
Unreachable.
Right, it's not unreachable, especially with your all's help. Y'all have blessed us more than we can even imagine.
Yeah. It is. It's incredible though, because literally, if there was 2 people on this earth that we thought would not get approved for a home loan, it is us.
Yes. And I have got to say, we weren't even thinking about really applying, besides one Stivers that emailed us and was in kind of the same situation we were. They recommended us to a realtor, who that guy then sent it to his favorite lender.
Thank you, Hops and Barley.
It was able to work.
Hi, love you guys. Excited for your new adventure. What part of East Tennessee? My husband and I are going to Greenville, Tennessee this weekend to look at land. That's awesome.
First off, thank you for the super chat.
Yeah.
And we don't know. We have not narrowed it down to a town, to a city, and any of that. And just respect to everyone. We probably won't tell you exactly what town and city, just being completely honest.
Yeah.
We know everyone, for the most part, has their heart felt for us. And we would love to just share that information. There's a lot of people that watch that we don't know on that level as.
And you wouldn't believe the kind of scammer emails and messages you start getting. And we hadn't even posted anything on our personal Facebook about it, I don't think, personally. I can't remember. But the amount of scams that you get, and they come in the form of your friends on Facebook. So you think they're your friends, but they have actually been hacked. So, your friends start asking you, well, where are you going? What town? And then they're your friends. So you want to tell them. And then you can tell by the messages that it's not really them. And then you realize it's a scam. And there are people out there are committed.
Yeah. So we said we would 100% not hide anything. And we're not. But specific details on town, stuff like that, that is getting a little personal, that just we don't know who's watching. And we have 2 babies that we always have to protect. So we're going to be in Tennessee. And full honesty, we don't know where yet.
Yeah.
We're looking at everything.
Every county in East Tennessee.
Yes. Sue Richards, are you hoping to find a property with a house already there?
Yes. That is 100% a requirement.
Yeah. We have agreed. This was fun. We'll always take it to the grave that we built our own house, but we want to go into a house that maybe needs minor remodeling, not from the ground up.
Very minor.
We want to move in, be fine with what it is, and then eventually, do upgrades if we want to.
Yeah.
It's more about the land, more about property, more about stuff like that to expand.
We don't want to build.
Nah.
We don't want to buy vacant land and have to start over.
Right.
Because we are starting over, but that would be extra.
Yeah.
We want, and the thing is, we are taking the kids from this home that we built. And I hate to say taking that way because it's negative, but it is what it is. And we want to have them show up to something that exceeds their expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And makes them proud and happy and excited.
Right.
Because the moving process itself is impossible to explain to a 7 and 4-year-old, on timing. They want to know when. We don't know when. They want to know how.
Today?
Yeah, today. Is it having today? Is it this month? How many days?
Yeah.
So then to have to explain a house build would just kill us all.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So we want a place that we can move right into, and we really have to, because another little piece that you'll see in the video tomorrow, we have decided to downsize our animals a little.
Yeah.
We're not getting rid of all of them, just a little bit, because
not Charlie.
A lot of it depends on where we're going to. But talk it out with me real quick. If we do have room on fencing, so what I said, that's great. I can throw that up and put them in. But if there's nothing, say it's a great potential land, but it just has a house, to get all the animals out of horse trailers into Premier One fencing, and then the chance of storms blowing in and having to throw up some form of structure to put them in, that's a lot, right? So we're planning on downsizing to basically our absolute favorites.
Yeah.
We haven't made all those full decisions just yet. So TBD. Hopefully we find some with a barn, because that would, change a lot of things.
Which we have found quite a few with them.
Right. And if we can stick them in stalls and then get that set up, then that would be better.
Sue said you have to take your new fridge. Absolutely.
You best believe it.
The nicest appliance we've ever had in our life.
Yeah.
It is coming. And Corey said, so a home with a flush and toilet? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would rather go back to a bucket over what we're doing right now.
Yeah, I mean, I could do that besides doing this. You know, we lived it for how many years? 5,
Total,
almost 6 years.
yeah, 6 years.
I
Without
feel like having
we've-
a flushing toilet.
Right.
I feel like we deserve one.
Yeah.
And this not even us, because I mean, we
would
a
be
tree,
fine.
but I feel like the kids deserve a flushing toilet.
But we
Hey,
say all
little
that stuff,
farm.
but we still are looking at houses that are fully not on the grid.
Yeah.
It's, we've seen a lot of places that we're really interested in that are still wood burning stove heat.
Thank you, Chelsea. Go
oh my
balls. I
goodness.
agree, ma'am. Yes.
No.
We're looking at a house today, and they had volunteer curtains and bedspreads on the bunk beds, and I was like, they can leave us.
That's not going to happen. She tried to do this in North Carolina too. She tried to turn it into a Tar Heel. When we was down there, I said, Wait, you can take me from the state, but you can't take my cardinal pride out of me. That's never going to happen. Anyways, we still are looking like wood burning stove heat. We found a house that was solar powered.
Yeah.
That was really cool. That we're planning on looking at. So just because we might have a flushing toilet doesn't mean that we're off, that we're away from doing the off.
I actually don't think we've looked at anything with
that's just been fully on grid
or air. Right. It's been wood
window
heat.
units. Yeah.
And we're taking our wood burning stove for sure.
Yeah, that thing will
love that thing.
That thing will be dropped down to one of the kids that wanted when we go.
Yeah.
That was our first purchase really ever for this home.
Yeah. There's so many cool places that we're so excited about seeing. It's going to be a very
just got to watch out for the meth labs.
Yeah. Ron, thank you so much from
$25 super chat.
Iowa. Awesome.
Yeah, y'all have no idea. All that stuff is like, we have a savings account that is set up just for down payment.
Yeah.
So like all of this stuff, we are living like on pennies now.
Yes.
So everything can go to it because 10% is still pretty big amount.
Yeah.
So we're trying to save everything that we have, and we'll get there. We do pretty good. So we just have to not buy so much.
This Homestead journey said meth labs.
Yeah. So yesterday was our first real conversation with a realtor, because once we got the pre-approval, he basically like sent the word out, and then like, woo, okay, realtors want to talk to you now.
So yes, they are flying off the market. He finds something you love, and the next day it's gone. Right.
So that's why we're like really trying to save up as quickly as possible for our down payment.
Yeah.
So because we can make an offer, and the down payment's not due to closing, but I would just feel better.
Yeah.
Having it. But anyways, yesterday was our first full-time talking to our realtor, and we sent her some that we were like, these are the ones we've been seeing on like realtor.com, Land and Farm, all that stuff. And she was sending us like the more like behind the scenes, like realtor stuff.
Yeah.
And Grace, she was like, just for the record, you can search if like there's meth labs.
Yeah. She said, I can't, but you can on, like specific recent properties you may have or may not sent.
Yeah.
What?
And so she was like,
he showed it to me and he said, do you understand this? And I was like, no, I don't.
Yeah. So one, it had like 60 acres. The house was but it was fine. I had like 60 acres. I was like, this is like gives us all the potential we want here, and I'm really excited about it. And we Googled it. Literally everybody on that street was a registered meth lab, but that one.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
No, not gonna do that. Thank goodness for a realtor who does not just try to sell you.
I mean, I knew you could search sex offenders, but I did not know you could search meth labs.
Yeah.
So if you're looking in for a place, there's a meth lab website that's a government website where you can search if there's been someone there that's been convicted of a meth lab.
That's important to know. God, you don't want that.
Yeah.
That would be terrible. You get there, you buy it, and you have no idea until the neighbors come knocking, and then you're like, oh.
Go sit on your front porch. It's just the whole neighborhood's walking meth labbed up.
What?
Oh,
too late to get out of that.
Yeah. So too good to be true.
Yeah. And that one was. We looked at it for a few days, and it just seemed like it was a little too perfect.
Right.
Yeah. So there you go.
Now, moonshiner's them story. We got a street full of moonshiners.
No, yeah, I'm okay with that.
As long as they don't dabble in the meth, then we'll be all right. My goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Holy cow.
Anne Marie Pratt said, please say hi to my hubby. He is very sick. His name is Ray. He loves your family. Hi, Ray.
Well, Ray, I hope you get to feeling better.
So sorry you're sick. Please get feeling better. Cindy said, geez, is that bad of an issue in Tennessee? I think it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Kentucky has it really bad in certain areas too. So
Horticulture Geek, hey, he said,
hey,
okay, so real
up?
life question, does your realtor think, hold on, let me go back up, you'll be able to sell your current house with it being off-grid, or will you need to make improvements to sell it?
That's a good thing too for us.
Yeah, it's a complicated situation.
Yeah, because it's a very unique area.
Yeah, not complicated, unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we actually live on, technically, my mom and my stepdad that passed away's land. It's all in their name, and actually this was in their name. Yeah. To work it out. We paid for it, but to not get legal.
It had to be done that way.
Right. It's their garage is what it is on paper. And then we got approved for everything and all that good stuff. But long story short, this is a second garage.
Yes.
On her land. So she has a house. She has a 30 by 30 garage. That was my stepdad's. It actually has a garage. And then this one, which is another garage that has all the other stuff that we've done out here. It's a win and loss that takes the value down because this is a house. Obviously, we live
to our standards.
Yeah, to our standards.
But not to financing company standards.
Right. So it's not listed as another house. It's just listed as a garage.
Right.
When you can upsell that and be like, yeah, it's a garage, but look at this. An appraiser, it's a garage.
Right.
So they're not going to appraise it for the value that technically maybe it could be.
Mm-hmm.
But win-loss, right? It's easier to finance one home with outbuildings than multifamily dwellings. So we'll see. I think it's all worked out. It's just maybe not exactly the number my mom wanted, which is why we're trying really hard to save our money. So when she does sell, she can just take it and go buy her dream home.
Yeah.
And not give us any of the profit.
All of it goes together.
Yeah.
None of it's separate.
Right.
So it'll go as one big hillside.
Right. 6.5 acres of sale.
Yeah.
But that does give us an advantage point because we're not tied down to sell.
Right.
As long as we can get our down payment under control.
And
we don't have to wait.
Off.
Yes. And this is paid off. Our portion up here is completely taken care of. So we can move whenever we find something and close.
We're not part of the selling process.
Exactly. Our name's not anything.
Yeah, that's her.
If anything, it would.
And we're here to help, obviously. Yeah. But it's not our.
Right, and it might, if we can get out, it would actually probably help my mom sell because we'd have nowhere to hide things.
And it would be an empty building.
An empty building.
Better for people to see than it looking like a home. Because I don't know. I know if I was somebody that walked in here, I'd be like, this looks like somebody's loved home, and I don't know that I could feel comfortable.
Right.
Yeah,
so I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So we're gonna super duper clean, and get it ready for pictures, and that's happening this week.
Yeah.
So she'll be going on the market, but it's just all that time, all these things working together and trying to make sure we figure it out.
But the good news is, separately, we are approved. So we're shopping, we're narrowing down, and we're going to visit, and God willing and fingers crossed, pick something.
Yeah. Yeah. And my work's been awesome. They know the situation. They said, I'll take a day here or a day there. I'm not taking a week off. So just trying to coordinate with realtors and make sure everything's set up and we'll be good to go.
Prairie Girl and Cowboy, how many acres are you hoping for?
Yeah, so that's all around the place. First off, we are functionally working on about 2 up here.
Yeah.
That's it. With all of our animals, our garden, our house, everything. It's about 2 acres what we're using.
The whole thing is 6.5, but half of that, more than half of that is Carol's yard.
Yeah, 75%
very large yard.
Yeah. But what she said we could have, but we just never had.
We just haven't.
Anyway, so ideally thinking long term, because we really only want to do this once, but we're never going to say never. You never know. But right now, our dream is this is the one and only time we'll be doing this. We would like 10 plus acres.
Yeah.
However, unique situation again, right? Because I feel like that's what we live is unique.
Yes.
A lot of us are trying to go, so we're hoping for a lot more acreage so we can spread out.
And if it's perfect, we can do with less.
Mm-hmm.
For us, it's important to location-wise to have the kids close to Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg because that's the whole.
Right.
They love it. That's their thing. They absolutely love it. Also, we want to be somewhat secluded, but not too much because we want to make friends and have the kids have friends. If we're too far out, then that's shot and they have no one but us.
Exactly. And that's the last thing we want. We want to be out in the middle of nowhere, but not too far to where our kids only know us.
Yeah, they're 7 and 4.
We still want to make friends. We still want to get to know, people in real life.
Yeah.
And have our kids hang out with their kids and start
be
building
able to go to the library if they want to, stuff like that.
We have to. As parents, we cannot be selfish enough to just say that this is what you got and you can't see what anything else is out there, because I know for a fact that would push them far away from us when they got older.
That's not what we want.
So if we allow them to see what the world is like and meet good people, meet bad people, as they grow up, I'm confident that will help our situation of maybe them wanting to come back someday.
Yes.
But if we keep them away from everything, they ain't gonna like us too much.
Mary, we are so excited to be near you. So excited.
There's 759 people.
Wow.
This is the largest live we have absolutely ever had. I mean,
that's
not even by a little, by a lot. So, wow. Welcome. Thank you all. That's awesome.
Australia. Wow.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Down under.
For being here. Thank you for spending your Monday night with us.
Sandy. She just whooped up a hot topic.
What?
Eat at the Apple Barn. Love it there.
Oh. No, the Apple Barn is not what you're thinking. The Apple Barn is different. You're thinking. Is it different? Yes. You're thinking of something completely different.
Well, I go to Janice's now.
Stop. We have never been to the Apple Barn, but I know people love it.
What is it that we go to?
It's just an orchard way out.
It's not way out. It's if you're in Gatlinburg or you stay at any of those campgrounds.
It's in Cosby.
Yeah, it's in Cosby, but that's the way out if you're on that side.
That's not what she's talking about. Though.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, he's about to go on a rant.
It was. I don't know what it's called. It is an apple orchard. They have a place. It looks like a big old farmer's market. It's just them, though. They have a little candy shop, and they got a restaurant. Yes. One time, we went, and they had breakfast, and it was the best breakfast ever. It was on our way out. Yeah. Next time we went, it's closed.
Jerks.
That's weird. Okay. So then we went and ate at Janice's, which is a little bit diner, just right.
We love Janice's.
It was a little bit diner right down the road. Super cool. They don't take nothing but cash. They have no coin shortage. And it was just, we was like, well, this is kind of cool. It's like a Waffle House on steroids.
Yeah.
Mama actually cooked it instead of Waffle House employees. Went back in this year. It was like, we're going to that Apple Barn.
Yeah.
We get there and it says open. I was like, yes. So we pull up. Everybody's like buying
Carvers.
apples.
Yeah, Crystal, that's it.
That's it. We get up there and everybody's
I knew she would know what it was.
I'm immediately just happy, yes, because it's beautiful scenery. It's just a great place to be.
We're so excited. We're telling the kids there's an old-fashioned candy shop.
Right.
We're going to let y'all buy all the candy you want to.
It's slightly our dream, of what we envisioned at one point of having that and having people visit. Well, we're just looking at everything. We're walking to the restaurant. I was like, why is this locked? It's obviously open. I mean, I don't think this is family looking around over here. Nobody talked to us. So I'm pulling on the door, open it.
Open the door.
Well, she starts getting a little testy on me. I'm like, I think it's closed. So she's like, well, I'm going to figure out why. So we
ended up having a very nice conversation.
We did.
With a lady that worked there.
They stopped serving breakfast.
Apparently they don't open until 11, which we're always out of there by 11 because we're on the way home.
Yeah. Man.
Very disappointed.
That's right.
2 times in a row.
And then we went back to Janice's. So Janice's is our new spot.
The kids love Janice's.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh
yeah.
Funny story. We think we actually ended up seeing one of his family members at Janice's.
Yeah. My
stepdad's
cousin.
Yeah, we're all the way. Both of us are in Tennessee, and it's
and I've only met him once, and I've been with my stepdad since I was 3. Let me say that I can remember.
Yeah, there they were. Timothy
Grubb,
thank you so
$50
much.
super chat. My goodness, thank you.
Wow, thank you so much.
What else are you guys prioritizing when you've been looking for your dream spot? That's a cool question.
Tiffany said, what? Their breakfast was the best.
I know. You
or
feel
us.
Like
a brunch thing now. I don't know. But to me, brunch is 10 a.m. So.
Well, we asked her. You asked her. You said, why is it closed? She said, it don't open until 11.
Yeah.
She didn't say on these days. And she's like, it doesn't open until 11. And then we said, oh, we used to eat breakfast here and we really loved it. She goes, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, looks like one of the kids is emojiing us.
Yep. There they are.
Easy on the emojis in there.
I said, when me and Zach get in a routine, we get in a routine, and when it gets thrown off, we just get super bent out of shape about it.
So hang on, somebody asked the question. It was a really good one. What's our must-haves?
Okay.
On a place. I think that's a good question. A house.
Tammy, the kids are on their tablet.
Yeah, they're all right in the room. A house that doesn't need a whole lot.
Yes.
But with us, a whole lot
is not much.
It's not much.
Yeah.
Basically the toilet flushes and I can take a shower.
Yep.
We're cool with wood burning stove.
And I've got somewhat of some counter space to can.
Yeah, yes. Oh, that is a pretty big one. Because we're going to put a root cellar in.
My kitchen.
Yeah.
You can see it right there. Right there.
Right there.
Just need a smidgen more counter space. Just a smidgen. I'm very grateful what I have.
That's right.
Just a smidgen.
Yeah. It was perfect at the time when we built it.
It was not built for canning.
No, it was not. Even though we knew we were going to. Anyways, bigger kitchen, good enough cabinet space, good enough spot for us to do the canning and not be all over each other. Hey, Wyatt.
Must not be Wyatt.
Can you tell Ray Ray to stop hitting emojis? Tell her we'll let her out here in a minute. She's just clustering up the chat.
Oh my God.
Everybody says hi to y'all.
There's a unicorn, a penguin, a pig.
Can you go tell her, please? Thank you. Anyways, that's definitely must have. Kitchen, decent house, basically. At least 3 bedrooms and a couple baths because we got 3 kids. And then at the immediate, we might need more than that.
Wi-Fi, yes, Sharon, absolutely.
Absolutely,
that is
internet.
The number one, I think.
It is
because if we don't have Wi-Fi,
I can't work. Yeah. And then this is not doable. Acreage, unrestricted acreage.
Yes.
We want unrestricted land, no restrictions.
Which is most of what we found.
Yeah, most of where we're looking, that's fine.
Carolyn, that's awesome.
Basically,
how cool would that be?
At 8 to 10 plus acres. And that's the tricky part when you're looking in Tennessee, because you can find 50,
right?
And only 2 are usable, and you own a mountainside. It's pretty cool, keeps you out there by yourself, but not for what we don't want to do.
Right.
So we need at least 5 to 6 of passion.
Every time you say it, you take it.
No, listen. At least 5 to 6 of farming land.
Yes.
Of farming land.
Yes.
And then,
usable.
Yes.
And then
then there could be 20 wooded acres.
Right.
That's fine because I also want to hunt and do those things. But
did you say 3 kids?
Did I say 3 kids?
Did you?
If I did, I did not mean it. And that was not any kind of hint. I said 3 of us. I thought. I don't know. She's not pregnant. I'm sorry. Yeah, she's not.
You always.
Anyways, some form of water.
Yes.
Pond or creek.
Or stream.
Yeah.
But the things we're finding with streams is flood zones.
Flood zones.
Don't
that
want
makes
that.
it more complicated.
Yeah. We don't. You said 3 kids. Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Sorry. There's not 3 kids. There is 3 kids. Jen and her 3 kids, including me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow will be 7 to 8 farmable land. Yeah.
Anyways, we need good farmable land. It doesn't even have to be cleared. If we can clear it, but it's usable, that's fine. Then the rest can be on a mountainside. What else?
Talk about water.
Yeah.
Ideally a well, but we'll see.
That's fine. We would prefer a well and as off grid as we can get. But that's
we have a list.
We do have a list. I got to put it on the notes.
We're those people.
Yeah.
They're weird list.
Here it goes.
Right yeah, it was on your phone. Yeah. So house, 3 bedroom, 1 bath minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids can have their own room because right now they share, and that's fun and all, but they need their own places.
Yeah, outbuildings, so a garage, barn, coops, mainly garage barn kind of thing, because that's a huge expanse, and if it's already on the property, that's a major win.
Right. Hunting if possible.
Yeah.
And we want someone who is ready to close, sell and close.
Yeah, so we don't think
in a timely manner.
We're not completely throwing out foreclosures and stuff like that, but I don't think we'll have that timeline because if mom turns around and sells this place, then we need to get going. So that's why we have quite the urgency to find something, buy something, and start that process to get to closing. So at least we're ahead of her. You know what I mean? We know that takes a while, but still timing, right? So if she is starting on the closing date and we're still looking, then we're behind. So we are just trying to be ahead of her.
Homestead and craving in business and life, so we begin to milk cow when you're settled in.
I definitely want cows.
Very much
and
so.
I don't want a herd of cattle. Who knows? Maybe we'll get there. But I definitely want cows. maybe a meat dairy mix where we can do both. Right now, we are full of with milk with our goats, and we're about to have a lot more milk.
Yeah.
So I don't think we necessarily need a dairy cow unless we want to maybe venture away from dairy goats. So
Which I don't think we should. We like it.
I do too. So I think if we do get cattle, it'd be more beef cattle.
Yeah. I need to actually look into that kind of thing. It is poop story time, Tammy.
Okay, poop story
it's
time.
Poop story time.
Poop story time. Oh, I hate that we always have these stories to tell you all. I would give anything in the world to not be able to tell you these. I know they're funny. I know you all love them. I know the views love them. I wish we never had to tell these stories. All right, y'all. So if you're unfamiliar, we have a Sunmar electrical composting toilet. We paid over $2,000 for this thing. Mm-hmm. We saved up money for it.
And we wanted it for so long.
And it was going to change our lives.
We thought it would. And
for 5 years.
It technically did.
It did. It sure did. 5 years, we dumped 2 buckets twice a week, and never had a leak. Gave that thing. Mm-hmm. Never spilled anything. It all stayed contained.
Nope. Yeah.
Never had to drill a hole in my house or anything like that. All that changes within like 1 month. So, anyways, y'all have heard the poop stories before. If you haven't, they've been in the lives. It's leaked here and there. We had a vent issue and all this different stuff. And before we go too far, I know like Two Wild Onions has the non-electric one, and they have no issues.
Yeah, they have no issues with it.
We're just telling you from our experience.
Yeah.
So,
however, we also get a lot of visitors here.
We do. It's used a little bit more than probably
than it should be.
But I don't care. It was over $2,000. Handle it. So it's got a what you would see out in the garden, a composting bin that you turn to compost it up. Then it has a chamber in the bottom that collects the dirt that then heats and turns into compost. And underneath that is a place where the black water lands and evaporates because it's burning out and it goes to your bed.
Right. Would you stop?
Raylan, please stop. Okay.
Love you.
So I get this. So you have to turn it every 2 days. Turn.
Yeah.
And I turned it.
Stirred it. Yeah.
Aerate it. I am now terrified of turning it.
Yeah.
Because everything's fine if you don't touch it. It's kind of like dust. You don't bother it don't bother you.
Exactly.
Same thing with compost toilet. So I'm like, we have to because it looks like it's getting full, even though it's not. Not sure too much details, but you're pooping in one spot and it starts like mountainy. Yeah. So you have to turn it to disperse it into the bin. Whether you want to know that or not, there you go. Well, I did it and I was like, this is really wet and it shouldn't be. It's never been slushy. It's always been lumpy.
Yeah.
Because the liquid's supposed to drain down and burn off.
Supposed to.
Yeah. And so I looked at her, I was like, that ain't right.
Over time, it's supposed to, not in one giant lump sum.
Right. So I'm like, well, it is what it is. It's shower time. So I get in the shower, and she's actually laying on the bed, and we're just kind of chatting because all we're doing is talking about moving. Like it's consuming our life. There's so many details.
100%.
And so I'm in there.
It was a slushy.
Slushy. So I'm scrubbing dubbing. She goes, I think it's leaking. I said, stop it.
I was laying on the bed, and he goes, why are you so concerned about the toilet? The toilet's fine. I look down again, and I'm like, well, there's liquid. I was like, did you pee in the floor? Did Wyatt pee in the floor? I don't know, but all I can see is that there's liquid coming from the base.
Yeah, and I was like, if we peed in the floor, it would not be dark brown. I said, is it dark brown? Yes, it's dark brown.
Yes.
Okay, then we have a problem. So I'm like, she's like, well, what are you going to do? I said, I want to finish showering.
So I'm just sitting there standing.
It's not open, y'all.
Is it open?
It's a glare. No, it's not open.
Oh, gosh. We always have a problem with this fridge. It stays open 24/7.
Yeah, it's not. It's a
so I'm just standing there while he's showering, staring at it. You know, it's like when you get a bug bite and you circle it with a marker. That was basically what I was doing with my eyeballs, just like seeing if the spot was getting bigger or if it was like an old leak or what was happening.
Yeah.
Or if it was a shadow. So it increased maybe a tiny bit, but not too bad.
Right. So I get out and I'm drying. She's just in there. I said, so what's the verdict? She said, I don't know.
Like, it's not an excessive leak. It's just a little leak. Maybe we can like ignore it.
Yeah.
Just pretend this isn't happening.
I'm like, well, we can't ignore it. It's in there. So I was sitting there brushing my teeth. Toilet paper beside me leaking. You know, you just, unfortunately, you kind of get used to these things.
Yeah, you really do.
And so we're sitting there, and I finally get done. I get ready. I'm like, great. She's like, what are you going to do? I said, apparently, we're going to take care of this situation.
Oh, well, you forgot while you were brushing your teeth, you were spraying Clorox out of the side.
Yeah, well, I'm brushing, spraying Clorox. I'm like, this is terrible. So we finally get done. She's like, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to take the tray out and see what we're looking at, because that's going to be the verdict. And I go to slightly open it, and it's really heavy. That means there's a lot of stuff in there, and there's not supposed to be that much stuff in there. And she said, ooh, that's not good. I said, you're right.
I saw it a little, and I was like, okay, maybe this is a bad idea. Just put it back in there.
Yeah, she said, can we just put it back in there? Just let it go. I said, we're in it now, baby. It's kind of like opening a wall, and an electrical inspector's like, ooh, nope, you got to fix that. That's where we were. We couldn't shove this back in. So I'm like, let me get my gloves. And so I go put on gloves. And I go to open that thing, and it's so full. The bottom's full of black. And then the thing about it is, when that thing is shut, you smell nothing.
Nothing.
It all goes out
the
the
air
vents.
pushes it
out the vent.
And out.
That part is great. Now, outside you have
it's like opening Pandora's box.
Right. So when you open it, it stops sucking out that vent and shoots straight in your face and in the house. There's a. I'm holding this tray. She's holding the bag open so I can try to dump it in there, because the bottom, it has the liquid on the bottom. So I'm like, we have to dump it before we can track it through our house. Oh. So she's holding the bag. I'm trying to dump it.
Yeah, this is TMI. But I swear to you, when he pulled that tray out, I was fine until I saw corn.
Oh, yes.
And then I lost it.
I mean, I can't explain it. And I'm like, I've grown a pretty tough stomach around this household, but when she gets doing that, it gets me doing it. I'm like, you've got to stop, because I'm holding the tray. I'm like, you're going to make me drop the tray. I'm like, you got to stop. So I'm like, finally, I'm like, I just throw the whole tray in the bag. And I'm like, we got to go. So I run outside and I go dump it. And we get that part done. I wash it out. Meanwhile, remember, smell just
it's just
filling this house
permeating the wall.
Oh, the whole place. We're opening all the windows.
Like the mice in the corner are literally passed out and dead.
Yeah. So I come back in. She's outside. I'm like, how you doing? She,
I don't want to talk about it. Just leave me alone. I ended up having to go out front because you couldn't smell it out front.
Yeah, because out back's where the bin is. Yeah. So it was just all chaos.
I had to go out front and compose myself. Meanwhile, White and Raylan, what's that smell?
I said, why'd you poop?
She farted.
No, what is it? Anyway.
Ray farted.
It's fun we can laugh at this, but this is why we want a house.
Yep.
Anyway, so we come back in. First issue resolved. Tray empty. Second issue full of black water.
Like, if the toilet moves at all, spillage.
Yeah, like even a bit
of the rim. Yeah. Because it is tipped up.
Yep. That level. And that's what it was. It's right there at that level. That's why she saw a little leak.
Yeah, just a little drip.
Probably when someone sat on it and moved a little, that's what got it to spill a little. Meanwhile, this has a drain plug. Not working. No. That takes it out of there if it gets too full. And because we've had to tilt it up. All right, anyway, so you remember that wet dry vac? One of the stories that
Mama sees, there was cussing.
Yeah. So you remember that wet dry vac that started spraying at us that one time we used it in the previous story?
Yeah, we haven't.
We still haven't. We haven't got rid of it because we're probably going to need it again.
It comes in handy.
Thank goodness we didn't get rid of it because we've had to use it a few times. So I go get this thing, and I'm just sucking it. And that really gets the smell going because the wet dry vac, that vent that blows the air out.
Out at this point.
I mean, if the gradual smell wasn't doing enough, pushing it out like a vacuum made it even better. Yeah. So I finally suck it all up, everything's clean, and put the top back on, and I go out. I throw everything away. I come back up and said, that's fun. I got to get on a phone call because I'm working. I just took a shower before my meeting, and then I had 20 minutes to run and get all this done.
Oh.
And I'm like, I gotta get on call. And so I'm in there, and it just smells so bad. We get the diffusers going, all the windows are open.
Yeah.
Thank goodness it wasn't a really hot day.
No, but it took hours to get that smell out.
Hours. So tell him about Jen. About like 6 hours later.
Like, about 6 hours. He was like, that's an interesting smell. I was like,
that's an interesting smell.
No idea.
I'm like, I literally said, well, that was kind of you.
Yeah.
To just call it an interesting smell.
But it was so far calmed down at that point. He would have not have handled it if it was the initial.
No one would. No one would. And I am ashamed that we
it's just sewage.
Can handle it. That we can handle it. Like it's
I mean, I don't do well. I did throw up in the sink at one point.
Yeah. I was coming in with a wet dry bag. She was in the sink right over there. I'm like, you've got to stop. You're gonna make me
Once
throw
I get
up.
going, I can't stop.
I'm sitting there sucking up her corn.
You're a stronger man than I.
But I got all the new people coming in the chat like, what? Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, new people. Hey, Big Bear.
What's up, Big Bear?
You guys?
Oh, my goodness. So that's the story.
Yep, it happened. And it's still in the house. But I'm telling you what, there was about a 5-second interval in my head when I literally thought about lighting a match and throwing it on the couch. Just calling it done.
Oh, the Tinker's wife, I'm sure there'll be something.
Oh, I'm sure there will. It's never dull.
What did I walk into? Yeah,
it's yeah. Zach's first poopy diaper was fun.
Like that's nothing now.
He's grown a lot since then.
Yes,
apparently I have went backwards.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What are we gonna do with them when we leave? Well, it depends. If the next person wants us to leave it, we'll leave it. But if not, we'll just probably burn it.
Yeah.
Have a party.
We've got to get a big
have a celebration and burn it.
Denise, you better believe it. Lordy dang, when we sit down.
Sucking up corn just did me.
You're sucking up her corn.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, take it with you for a planner. Wouldn't that be cool?
No.
Yeah. No, that thing would have to be fumigated. Oh gosh.
Look at that.
I'm telling you what. Always.
Always
with this family.
So that was my Papa Stivers. I guarantee my father's Stivers will be calling next.
Yeah.
The one y'all got the video chat with last
What
time
else?
Well, it's 9 o'clock. My goodness. When did that happen?
It is. I don't know.
That was fast.
Yeah.
Claire Campbell, Craigslist. See, I'm with you.
What?
Maybe Craigslist it, but
Craigslist what?
The toilet.
Oh.
But there's no way to
Who
get.
wants to use?
Right. It's not a reusable thing because it's. First off, I'm not going to water hose it out.
Right.
I'm so like if
and
it gets out,
sure as heck not going to water hose it out.
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah. So
it's just one of those things you just.
And I don't know.
You just get rid of.
Like I don't feel comfortable selling her corn, and I don't want someone to feel comfortable buying her corn.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Most importantly. Probably sell it. We just don't want to be interested in buying it.
I would be a little worried about the person that would buy her corn.
I'm not the only one that eats corn. Thank you. You also eat corn. So do the children.
Someone said you are a meth property. No, selling used corn cheap.
Hey, they could probably grow something from it, you know?
Right. Oh my goodness. All right. It's time for us to wrap this thing up.
Right, Mom? How do we know it was my corn? Like, did it have a name on it?
Well, it was definitely Grammy Karen's
corn. Probably. That's whose corn it was. Oh my god.
Wow, I don't even know why y'all stay on here with us anymore.
Poor Liz, I shouldn't have logged off of the stream right before dinner. Yeah, probably not.
Hope you're not eating corn.
Or an after dinner live.
Yeah, for sure. Our bad.
I'm sorry.
No meth in our house, only creamed corn. Yep.
Yep.
Hey kids, y'all want to come tell everybody bye real quick?
Mary, I don't have your number, but I do know how to contact you on Facebook. Hopefully we can see you soon. That would be awesome. Corny story.
Yeah.
But are they awake? Hopefully.
I see where they come. There they come.
Here they come.
What's up, emoji girl? Let me get my leg down. Slow down.
Here, Wyatt. Scoot in here.
There you go.
There we go.
All
Yeah.
right.
Did you see me singing emojis?
I did.
We
They
sure
were all
did.
giving you emojis back.
Yep, they were saying hi to you.
Yeah, and they were saying, hi, Ray Ray. Hi, Wyatt.
I was putting words in there too.
Yes, you
Put
were
another-
putting words in there.
The
You were doing
toilet
good.
story.
It was a rough one, wasn't it?
We survived it, though,
I still
didn't we?
think it's because you farted.
Did you fart?
Did you fart when we did that? No.
Oh, my gosh.
We are way too close when it comes to
Yes,
that
we
thing.
are.
But you know what? We
We
had
know
to be.
way too much about each other.
That's right. When you do it in a bucket for 5 years, you learn things. All right. Well, everybody has
Excuse me.
wishes. Very sorry.
Tara said, change of subject. Are you able to take your work with you, Zach? Yes,
Yes.
he is going to work from home.
They let me work from home, so that is great and made the approval process possible.
Yeah.
Because I had the proof.
Right, because when you're moving, if you're not moving to a job, it's really difficult to get approved. But thankfully, we have that. So.
Yeah, that was his first question. What are you going to do for work? Because he
Yeah.
knew we were moving through state, so that worked out really well.
Right.
We did want to quickly mention something. It's not ready yet, and it's been a battle. So our great friend, I don't even know if we're going to say it anyway. Our great friend Evelyn has blessed us with getting GiveSendGo.com set up for us. It like should be ready by this evening. Her and I, we both have been having to do things in there. Her words she wrote about it is very special. It's like GoFundMe, but they don't take a cut, but you can give back to them because it's a Christian funding site, and that looks gross. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
It's a Christian funding site, and so like they actually every month take some of their donations and put it towards a campaign.
Right.
It's just like GoFundMe. It's just very Bible-based Christian based.
Except for when you give a blessing, the blessing also gets given to someone else.
Yes. So she.
It says industry. I thought it was live.
It is. That's if we want to end. That's how we would hit. No, it's unstable. Hopefully it's working. Anyways, she is working on setting that up for us. We're trying to get like the bank stuff done. So if you do want to continue to bless us as much as we appreciate it, you 100% do not have to. You can even just send a prayer on that, which is will bless us as well. But once it's ready, we will shout it out if you're curious. But the reason I wanted to bring it up is they don't take the big cut like GoFundMe does, which is a lot of fear that people have with that site. So if you see it, it's a good Christian.
It's very, very cool. And my favorite thing about it is,
Thank you, Granny.
oh, if someone were to donate to us, we have in turn put a certain percentage of our donations towards someone else.
Yes.
So it's not just a blessing for us, the blessing continues on.
Paying it
Because
forward.
then if that person also puts a percentage, then it continues on to something else. And it's just really cool because it's not some company just earning money off of, people trying to bless people. It's
Right, exactly.
different people earning it. So that's really
That's
awesome.
exactly right. All right, y'all. Well, we are past our time. We thank you all so much for joining us, following along, and hopefully you got to share a good laugh with us.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Say we love you.
Love you.
Until the next one.
Take the white
There you go. All right, bye, y'all.
We
Love you.
y'all.
Say bye.